This wind's just too brutal.
Tie you to this track. Come hell high water, I'll leave you and never look back.
It's Tuesday morning, 29th. We are headed back, and it's going to be another breezy day. It looks like it's already got a 5 or 10 mile an hour wind in the morning here, so I can't imagine what it's going to be like today during the day. So my plan is just to get out there as early as I can before the wind really picks up and start getting some calls out so they can hear. We're going to go back to the first spot we had the encounter with the birds with the coast blind, and see if we can't pick those guys up again and find those 2 longbeards. Really got to think about where I want to put this blind, because there's a lot of good shelter belts in there, a lot of good juniper lines that will break the wind, but I also have to really think about my decoys and how I'm going to play that scenario too, because I think that's what got me busted yesterday. That Jake, when I watched the video, he jumped at the decoys. So he was heading right for the decoys, and then he purred and threw up in the air like something spooked him by the decoy. So I'm thinking the wind had caught that decoy and spun it right when he got in there. So I don't know. I wish I would have better footage of it, but it happened pretty quick, to be honest with you. I wasn't really ready. I had heard them throughout the afternoon there a couple times before that, and they never came in. So I kind of played it off as well. They're just over there mingling around, and they're not really interested. But when they did come in, it was pretty quick, and I wasn't totally ready. So this time we're taking the 360 blind in, and we will be ready for them if they come in again. All I've got to do is make a good shot. That shot I took on that Jake, that was a terrible shot, and I don't know if that was just nerves, me shooting for the first time of the year on an animal or what, but it's pretty bad. Pretty bad shot. I was way low and to the right, so sitting down too is a factor that you got to take into consideration. I haven't done a lot of that this year yet, shooting in that style, so yeah, it could just be a combination of things. But anyway, we're gonna get after them right away in the morning, see if we can't get something to come in. The birds in that area, they're pretty known to just keep coming, so we'll see what happens. Alright, well, we are set up. Morning was kind of crazy. I tried my damnedest to get everything together that I needed. I got all the way out here, got everything set up, and then I forgot my calls. I'm forgetting something every day. But anyway, we ran back. It was about 6:30 or so, and the sun wasn't coming up quite yet, but it was getting close. But it sounds like all these birds are west of us, which I kind of figured. Right now it's really calm. And I think they've heard our, I got deer out here. They've heard our calls, so we're just going to be patient and wait here. See what happens. Alright, I gotta turn this light off. Boy, they're carrying on over there. Well, it's about 9 o'clock. Everything's calmed down again. Not sure where they all went, but they like to use the fields across the road here. And then sometimes they'll meander over here, but depends on if they got any traffic over there today. If nobody bumped them or spooked them out, they should still be around here, but did have some hens over here earlier, and they kind of went quiet. So sure we still have turkeys around here, but they're not being very vocal, so we're just gonna wait and set it out. Hopefully those toms will start firing up here in another hour or so. I think I'm gonna lay down and take a little nap here. I'm kind of tired, so see what happens here in an hour or so. Well, it is really super windy today, so just don't know. I've been here all day for the most part. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I think a lot of those birds went east or south. They're just not around. Been doing a lot of napping. And just have not turned up anything. So, I'm trying to decide whether I want to just tear down and go somewhere else, or leave this, go get something to eat and come back. And we know they're in this area, but like I said, they really like to use the fields across the road, and once they do that, there's another shelter belt over there that may be getting used a lot more right now. We're out of the wind. We've got a big shelter belt square here. We got the blind against, and then for the decoys, I couldn't really keep them out of the wind for this setup. But what I did was, we're in a stubble field here. We're in a stubble field, so I just basically put them down low enough that I could put their tails in the stubbles. And that keeps them from twisting around. I should have done that yesterday too. But I don't know. Sometimes you don't think all the time. Forget those little tricks sometimes. So yeah, we're just hanging out. You can hear that wind. Well, I think I'm going to bank on them coming back this evening to this area. They basically started around here. So they may end up back here this evening. I'm going to grab my bow, head back to the truck, go get something to eat, and then we'll come back. Staple diet here. Roast beef sub sandwich. Winner's choice here. Even got some mayo to go on it. Oh, we did have. Just dropped that down there. Got two of them. If you're ever in the area of Harlan County Reservoir here in Nebraska, make sure you stop down at the bait box here. Really good people. It's a young couple that own it, and I think they opened it a couple years ago, or a year ago, 2 years ago. Really a nice place. So give them a shout out from Publix Eye Outdoors if you ever make it down there. If I don't see anything of them, I think we're going to pack stuff up and hit our other spot. I know if they were in this area, the wind's blowing my sound to them, they would have answered at some point.
Well, we tore down from our first spot, and we're back in the second spot. We came in a little bit further this time, down into a little more of a lower draw. We still got a green field out here, but we've got a lot of trees here to block the wind, so our decoys won't be spinning. I think we should have a pretty good setup if they're in here. I've got set my decoys up a little differently too. I set one on this side, and I set one over here on this side. So I'm using both windows. I've taken the back down for now. That could change. I did go out and look and see, but as long as I keep my movement to a very minimal, I should be fine. So yeah, I'm gonna keep the windows up, and I might keep one down, depending on what size they just sound like they're coming from. I'll leave that one open, and then if I need, I can switch. We got some rollers over there. I hope those don't come this way. It's gonna be ugly if they do. We got big poofy clouds all around us. Alright, well, I think we're gonna give up today. This wind's just too brutal. It's been blowing like 35 miles an hour all day. We got down into a spot where we thought we would be able to call and get somebody's attention today, but it's just way too much wind, and the noise factor is ridiculous right now. Kind of sheltered in here, but you know, I'm sure our calls aren't getting out there like they need to be, but anyway, we tried. Windy conditions are really tough to hunt anything, and but you got to get out there and try. I think the wind's actually going to try to switch here on us anyway here towards the evening, so where we're sheltered now, we're probably going to be in a little bit of a wind as evening comes. So it's not sure what time it is. Let me see. Yeah, it's about 5:30, and we have not seen or heard a thing today, so we were pretty optimistic this morning in our first spot because we were hearing those turkeys out in that field in the morning, which I had kind of anticipated, but they ended up going a different direction, so that didn't pan out. And then this one here, just so windy down in this valley. You got a lot of hills and everything's kind of drifting through here, and you got a lot of tree noise and stuff up on top, and so yeah, it's just not a good day for it. This is one of those spot and stock days where you just got to be out and probably walking or driving or cruising around looking for them on the backsides of shelter belts and stuff, but that's really not my style. I don't like doing that much, so windy days I just tuck away and go somewhere where I think they would probably go if they were trying to get out of the wind, and about all I can do. All right, let's get going.